Well, hello guys. First of all, I'm sorry for the delay. I had some technical issues here, but I guess welcome back. A long time no see. Um, it's been a rough 2025 so far. I had to deal with some personal issues, and that's why I had to step back from trading for a while. But now I'm back. I think I reassessed myself and reassessed my mental game, and here we are again, trying to trade the best as we can, and try to help you guys with some knowledge and some insights as well. Um, well, as you can see, I have I made some changes here to my stream. Um, I introduced I introduced myself, so I've doxed myself. Uh, Here you can see who's behind charts and who's behind this voice. I guess it will give you a little bit more confidence about my about who's delivering the knowledge and who's saying you things. Um, as you can see here on the bottom left, I've included also the the balance and other information about the trading counts. I will be trading a top step uh, 50,000 combined, which we will try to pass and see how it goes. So here you can see I will trade at the same time now two accounts that I have. Those accounts I will keep private, but this one here, um, as you can see, um, which has been highlighted right now, will be the account that will be doxed and will be completely transparent. It will be for the sake of transparency, and honestly, it will give me a little bit more. It will demand from me a little bit more respect, and also keep me in line. um, where can I say more? Well, I will not say much more. I will probably start commenting about markets. Markets have been. I've not. I've been trading only on demo, and honestly, markets have been quite interesting the last days. A lot of volatility, a lot of ups and downs here, but so far on the daily, it seems like we've been breaking down, which with huge candle ranges and leaving some. I will say some buy side liquidity behind, because we still have some things here to purge. Um, we yesterday we managed to purge the first sell side liquidity in form of relative equal lows here. As you can see, I will mark these levels. Sell side liquidity, here we are. So on the daily, and I would say even on the weekly, we have already reached the target. So what we can expect from the rest of the week, we are Wednesday. Yeah, what we can expect is a harsh price action, since the major liquidity pools have already been reached. We can expect also some kind of seek and destroy eventually, because we are also expecting NFP on Friday, and all the setups that might form, they have kind of a low probability conditions. So I will start to annotate some of the levels that I'm interested. Right now, looking for a bias, it's kind of hard since we already reached our goal, our main goal, which was the sell side liquidity. We can go for a lower zone here. Probably there's an efficiency here, or eventually even here, this sell side pool also, but there's still a large range until we reach there. So right now, as you can see here, we are coming from a bearish fair value gap on the 4-hour. Respecting it, the price was not able to close above the 50% of the fair value gap. On the, let me mark this as the 4-hour one. So 4-hour fair value gap. So on a 1-hour, we have also this bearish fair value gap, which has been respected until now. Let's say here, we probably formed here a bearish order block, which is this candle here. As you can see, we traded almost at 50% of it and respected it to the downside. So this indicates that we are still on a bearish order flow. On the 15 minutes, what we can see here, another bearish fair value gap that has been respected. It was not traded into, which indicates that the market might be heavy to the downside and probably will respect bearish fair value gaps and bearish order flow. And going to the 1 minute. Well, the 1 minute here, it's a tricky one. Let's annotate the first minutes of the. I usually like to mark the 8:30 open to see if 8:30 open acts as resistance or eventually as support. Price is now starting to trade below it. I like to mark the midnight open as well. Where is midnight? So midnight open is somewhere near. I don't need to be precise to the tick here, since we are trading way below it. It's just a reference here. 9:30 open. Let's see where the market opened at 9:30 open. Well, 9:30 open, which is here. There's a close candle. So as you can see right now, price is really trading below 8:30 open and 9:30 open. Let's see where the first fair value gap. The first fair value gap, I would say, is this one right here. The first presented fair value gap. me be more precise with this. So 9:30. Yeah, this is the first one. At 9:30. First presented for value gap. We are also trading below it. So everything indicates is that price is kind of heavy right now. But below us, we have sell side here. We have another sell side pull here, which was not tagged yet. And we formed a value gap here on a 1 minute, which is being tested right now. So let's see, I'm not expecting much from the market as we are heading into Friday, which is NFP day. And NFP, usually the market waits for Friday to make the move, and everything that happens in between Wednesday and Friday NFP usually is a seek and destroy environment or some low probability environment. As of right now, on the 1 minute, the first presented for value gap is respected here, but we have some kind of relative equal highs here. We have some relative equal highs here. This seems to be too clean here. Price tried to yeah, there we go. Price tried to clean it as soon as it opened, but it didn't reach it, but it's reaching right now as we are trading into the 10 a.m. news. And let's see if we can go higher, trying to trade into the 4-hour for value gap, or if we just bounce from here to the downside. This buy side liquidity here and as relative equal highs here, we're very suspicious here. This fair value gap got inverted, so we can note this as an inverted fair value gap. And now we have to see if price supports here on the first presented fair value gap, and if the 9:30 and 8:30 open acts as support. If so, we might expect, probably because we have some relative equal highs here as well, we might expect something like this probably. I don't like this relative equal highs here. That's too clean. I'm expecting something like this probably until midnight open, but that's just me speculating. I probably won't even trade a market today, since it's kind of jerky here. I don't like this. I don't like this kind of price action right now. Risk reward ratios are not tempting, so this needed to be something like this, which doesn't make sense to me. I had to demand a lot from the market to be able to get a 1.82 R, which is not enticing for me, but we will see. Just let me have another look on the higher time frames here. So on the 4 hour, we are just consolidating. On the 1 hour, it's kind of messy here. On the 1 hour, we are retesting this fair value gap here, this bearish one, which is the same as a 15-minute. So let's see. Price action has been, well, the dealing ranges has been quite good, but price action has been quite hard lately. As you can see here, yesterday, after a massive run to the upside, we had this massive move to the downside, which is a 1.8% move on S&P in about, let me see, in 24 minutes, which is not usual. But since we have the Trump administration and since we have a lot of political and geopolitical problems right now, the fact is that this can happen quite frequently in the next couple of weeks or months, whatever. So far, price is supporting at the first presented for value gap as expected. It didn't reach the 9 open or 8:30 open, and I think that we will run until this relative equal highs here. And probably revisit midnight open as well. So far everything is aligning with what I said, but price can also do something like this. As soon as we hit this buy side liquidity here, it can come back to the range and start to consolidate, and something like this, because we are today's ahead from NFP, so we cannot expect much from this type of price action. We will see. We will see what this morning can bring us. Yeah, but so far, price is moving to the upside. Let's see if we can form here an order block supporting price to the upside. I usually tend to look at the NQ as well. NQ is doing something similar here, so it has also some relative equal highs from London price action, and I expect it to run to the upside as well. Let me just check here one thing. So market is quite volatile right now. The 1 minute candles are almost 10 handles, so quite a volatile market here. Excuse me. So we're still pushing to the upside. I don't think that this fair value gap, this is a 15-minute fair value gap. I don't think that this fair value gap will act as a major resistance here. We can also use some projections here, using the last swing low from price, and see if there's any logic to where the price can go. Yeah, the first stop would be probably the -1 standard deviation, which actually has some confluence with these relative equal highs, confluence with midnight open as well. We have some confluence here with the 2.5 standard deviation as well. But honestly, I'm not 100% sure, of course, but I'm not that confident to enter a trade here. Right now, price is trying to test this order block here, which we formed, this bullish one. It is acceptable if price trades to half of it. It can wick below it, but it is not acceptable if price starts to close below the 50% of the order block. Right now, the 50% acted as support, so this could eventually be something like this, but that's not my type of game, you know. We still have we need at least to have 3 PD arrays below our price when we are buying to serve as support. And right now we just have this order block, we have this fair value gap, and the stop is not safe here where I'm pointing it. It is not. It might work, but it's kind of a risky play because we are only using this order block as a defense system. Yeah, so far price is respecting this order block here. Let's see if it can retest it and shoot to the upside. I don't know what happened with my camera. Let's see. I have some difficulties here right now. Just give me just a minute here. And we are back. I don't know what happened, honestly. Yeah, price came back to the order block. It's still working. It, as you can see, price is kind of thick here. It's not moving as we wanted, as a low resistance liquidity run. It might even come below, retest the first presented fair value gap. It can even retest 8:30 open and 9:30 open, and that's why I'm not playing this game with ES right now. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with my camera right now. Again. We'll have to reboot it, probably. Just let me reboot my camera again. Well, in the meantime, as you can see, price is coming down again. And as you can see, this order block was not enough to act as support to our to this possible move to the upside. So that's why I didn't open any trade here. We will probably go to the downside again, probably retest 8:30 and 9:30 open. I really can't tell what's happening with my camera right now. Hey Gorilla, how are you? Yeah, long time to see, right? You got stopped twice. Yeah. I mean this kind of price action is hard. That's why I didn't open anything, and you got stopped twice. Yeah. to play it safe, you had to have a big stop loss, a stretched one, a very stretched one, and with something like this, probably something like this, and expecting it to even come here, wick this again, and we have to add the condition that we might be wrong, right? So that's why I didn't play it. Yeah, price is still digging lower. Retesting 8:30 and 9:30. Let's see if in the meantime I can fix this bug here of my camera. I don't know what's happening, honestly. No, it's the Canon software that's bugging. Let me try to reboot it again. Yeah, we are back. God damn it. Can't really tell what's happening right now, but I guess we are back. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not the I'm not a person with a lot of experience in this type of things. That's that's new for me. Everything that you see here, I'm streaming and everything. That's it's all new for me. So price is digging lower. We were expecting something like this. I can probably go here and see that we made some draws here. Let's see. No, taking too long. We moved to the upside here with a 10 a.m. open, but we didn't purge this buy side liquidity. We had some relative equal highs here, but we never touched it. We touched it, but we didn't purge it, and we had some relative equal highs here as well. Probably will leave this for later. Price usually does something like that as well in days on pre NFP, and it can behave like that. So for now, we have nothing to work with. Price came here. deep retrace, if we measure it and see on OT levels, price dig down to the downside, and it really crossed the last mark and the wick below it. And usually when you have a market that's behaving like this with deep retraces, disrespecting OTE levels, well, my friend, you are in a troubled ocean to navigate. Yeah, it's a hard ocean to navigate. So I'm still inclined to see these relative equal highs being purged, but I might be wrong. And eventually, if I'm wrong, price should not trade above 9:30 open and 8:30 open. These two levels, if I'm wrong, these two levels should be and act as resistance, and we should see this inverted fair value gap be inverted again, and we should see some displacement to the downside here to sell side liquidity. Well, Nasdaq is being quite erratic as well. Quite a similar behavior from Nasdaq. We'll take out this projection here. The first presented for value gap here, as you can see, if I pull this a little bit further, it acted as resistance, but price is just mumbling around here with big candles. This is a 10 handle candle, so this is the big candle for ES. I'm not counting this one because this is the news release, but this is a 35 handle candle, so these are some big candles. Well, right now, what I would like to see, I'm not interested in price coming higher right now because we disrespected these OTE levels. We are trading below OTE levels. We are trading below 8:30 and 9:30, below the first presented from value gap. We are inverted this one again. We formed some kind of an open order block here, a bearish one. we traded to it, we respected it here. So what I would like to see here is some kind of a displacement to the downside, a retest, and something like this. We have here a BPR as well. We can't, yeah, it's not a BPR, it's just an inversion from value gap here. As you can see, we inverted this one with the new, the fair value gap was that was formed with the news. We inverted it, traded to the 50% of it, and came lower again. So this might be some kind of a trade idea here, but as you can see, the stop loss is quite stretched here. Yeah, so far we are respecting this order block, respecting this the midpoint of this fair value gap, midpoint of this inverted fair value gap. And let's see if we have some kind of displacement to the downside, forming another fair value gap. That could be our entry. If price comes back above 930 and 830 open, this would mark a confirmation that the New York AM session is not a will not be a tradable session today. Yeah, I'm not in a trade. As soon as I'm in a trade, you guys will see. You will see the move in balance. You will see the orders here. So this is just something that I put here just to see if we would enter a trade, what would happen. But as you can see, price is not giving us much to work with. This should not be happening here. We are trading once again, trying to get above this order block. This is not the type of price action that you want to see, honestly. It formed a tiny fair value gap here, a bullish one. We are also approaching 1050 macro. I can note it here. Let me annotate the 1050 macro. Just let me put a 10 here and 11, 10 to 11. Just let me annotate it. So 1050 to 1110. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, as you can see, even if we had a stretched stop loss, we could get stopped out here. It's a harsh environment right now. Price is retesting again. 8:30 open and 9:30 open. We'll just bring this to working above the order block. Usually when you have a behavior like this where just imagine we have sell side here, right? And we have the buy side here. Let's take out the magnet. And we have buy side here. And what happened as soon as the market opened, what did we do? We traded higher, taking out the buy side. We didn't even took it out, honestly. But the idea is when you have something like this, just let me mark it. You trade higher. Excuse me. You trade down, take out the sell side, and then you take out buy side liquidity just with one take. Well, that's 100% sure that you are or you will have a seek and destroy environment, which is right in front of us. We trade down below, we will go again above everything that we marked here probably, and as soon as we rip these relatively low highs, or I don't know, market will probably come down again. That's usually the type of thing that we have on the days before NFP, especially on Wednesday. Especially on Wednesday, if you can catch something before the 8:30 open or before 9:30 open, that would be perfect. But because as soon as the market opens at 9:30, it's a mayhem usually. Also, final trades. Market is giving me nothing to work with, and I'm still comfortable with it. I'm not worried. We'll take this one out. We'll take this one out too. Let's see if we can work within the range here. Find some support here, the first presented for value gap, and probably push price higher to these relative equal highs and as well. Yeah, nice reaction right now. A big stop here, honestly. Yeah, the risk reward here is not enticing me. Is not. I don't like this. When I have to simulate my stop loss, and if I see a stop loss this stretched, I don't like this to see it that stretched. I would like to see something more like this. But in this type of environment, I'm expecting price to come lower, eventually retest 830 open again, and that's not uh, that's not that's not enticing. Yeah, see, prices disrespecting this for value gap. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, not the best conditions, not the best, not the best ones for sure. Not the best conditions for sure. Yeah, boring price action so far. Not much to do. Yeah, see, even um, with a stretched stop loss, price probably would stop me out here. It does respect to this fair value gap. It came down to 930 and 830 open, but wicked about below it, and it wouldn't give me a good chance to have a good risk to reward. This is not the type of schematics that I like. I like this type where you have an easy, at least an easy OR, which is not the case. Even if I had my stop here, I would only get the 2R probably here. And in this type of environments, we cannot expect a move quite easily and quite fast. Well, so far nothing. We are approaching 1050 macro, and I'm quite curious to see what price will do at 1050. We will probably run higher since we rejected 830 and 930 open once again. We are working again this fair value gap. This can be our bullish or to block this massive candle here, and yeah. Let's see if we can hold here within the first percent fair value gap, or if we continue to range bound between this range. It's kind of 50-50 chance here, is because we are in the middle of the initial range, so there is no high probability right now. Just let me check one more thing here. I usually tend to see where London and where Asia traded, and as we can see here, from 2 p.m. to 5 from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. price was manipulated higher, because London is usually a manipulation. So London and Asia, we took London lows on pre-market, and Asia let me see where Asia is. 8 p.m. to midnight. (8 p.m. to midnight). So we range inside Asia. We range which is typical. So we ranged inside Asia, we manipulated inside London higher, hitting the 4 hour value gap, and distribute lower to the downside um, on the pre-market. Yeah, on pre-market. So we opened at 9:30, and since then we just consolidated in a seek and destroy environment, taking highs and lows, and so far nothing. We have nothing to work with. I would like to, but there's nothing that we can do right now. PD arrays are not being respected. This value gap was not respected. This order block was not respected. So there's nothing we can do right now. And my camera stopped working again. I don't know what's happening with my camera, honestly. Let me check it once again. I guess it's the Canon software that's bugging here, and it's shutting down my camera. I really don't know what's happening with this stuff. See once again. Yeah, it's really the software that's bugging. Yeah, we are back again. It says the connection was lost, but everything is. There is no Bluetooth in this. There's no Wi-Fi connection. There's nothing. Everything is running on cables. So I don't know what you're talking about, Canon. Yeah, and in the meanwhile, we traded once again below 9:30 and 8:30. Here we are again. Yeah, if you are trading this, it's a nightmare trading these conditions. Really, it really is. It will take out your mental capacity to make wise choices, and you really have to anticipate conditions like this. And as you can see, when we opened at 9:30, I said I was expecting higher conditions today because uh, we are in pre-NFP conditions, in pre-NFP environment. We have NFP next Friday, this Friday, so the the trading week should be closed at in a maximum should be closed at New York AM session. Say, yeah, you should not trade the PM session from Wednesday, and you should avoid trades on on Thursday when you have NFP on Friday. Why? Because we have low conditions, low probability conditions here, as you can see. I wonder how many already took some trades here, because there is displacement, there is market structure shift. Not market structure shift, it's kind of changes in the state of delivery, but everything is false. It's a false signal. If you took some trades in the New York AM session, yes, no. Yeah, so far 1050 macro hasn't given has hasn't given us anything to work with as well. There is no displacement, there is no market structure shift. There is only this consolidation that we can't work with. We can't work in conditions like this. If you open the trade here, somewhere here, you are probably thinking, why have I done it? Why have I done it? Conditions were not met here. The only condition, the only trade that I could eventually see here, and I didn't took it because there was a need of a stretched stop loss, was this one here with the 10 a.m. news. It would be the only trade that I would take. But I didn't took it because I had to have some kind of stop loss like this, or eventually like this. And I had about 99.9% of being stopped out, as you can see here. I would never place the stop loss here because I was expecting a retest of 930 and 830 open, so it could wick below, and even if I had put my stop loss below the candle that formed the fair value gap, I would have been stopped out. So, and this was a move. If I had opened the trade here, I had to have a 17 handle stop loss, which is massive, and the risk reward would be garbage. That's why I didn't took this trade. Yeah, so far price is mumbling around, and we are approaching 11. I mean, we are at 11 a.m. already, 10:59, and price is still giving us nothing to work with. We are also going outside the New York AM kill zone, which can add some lower probability to our trades. The only thing that I'm liking here is the displacement right now. Let's see if we can get a closure below this inverted for value gap, because we are inside of a macro. We could have something like this if we displace down below, something like this. A retest to a 930 open and 830 open, and then to the downside. Excuse me. We also have relative equal lows here. But honestly, I really don't like to trade in conditions like this. I had to see something massive here to the downside, then some kind of bearish for value gap needs to be respected, and then I would look for a short entry. Let's see what NQ is doing. NQ left some relative equal highs behind. Yeah. Let's see if ES wants to respect this bearish for value gap here, which is a bearish for value gap below 930 and 830 open. But honestly, I don't like what's being left behind here. We left these relative equal highs. We left these highs here too. We left these relative equal highs as well. But so far price is respecting bearish order flow. Let's see if we can close below this level, purchase relative equal lows and close below it, or if we just purge it and come back to inside of the range. Yeah, I don't like how we wick here, honestly. NQ also wicking. We're testing this for value gap right now. Check the 15-minute here. Yeah, 15-minute is giving me lower vibes here. The 1 hour as well. We are respecting this for value gap here, the bearish one. But honestly, I think this can take some time to reach this sell side liquidity down below here. Yeah, this is clearly a environment that I don't like to trade, honestly. I like to be present on low resistance liquidity runs and not this type of action. Everything says that price will come to sell side liquidity right now because we are respecting this fair value gap. We are trading below 9:30 open and 8:30 open. We traded below, and we couldn't trade above the first presented fair value gap. But honestly, we are here since for 8 minutes, and price is not moving much. It's starting to move now. But I'm expecting something more. I'm expecting some speed right now, probably. Let's see if price will come back to this order block that we formed here, or if we displace to the downside. So this is the bearish one. And this could be a short setup like this. Not like this, but like this. We left some relative equal highs here as well. And now we are starting to move down. Yeah. Well, I'm not in a trade. I don't like this type of conditions, but it could eventually be a good entry. There we go. There's the speed that I was talking about. We formed another fair value gap here. And there should be a quick run to the downside right now. I will not chase it, of course. Let me take a look at NQ. So NQ still has a lot to run. Check here the 15-minute on NQ. Yeah, it has some it has about 170, 180 points to round to the downside. I'm not sure if it will reach that level today. Nice reaction from MES, disrespecting the last fair value gap. Let's see what ES will do here. First touch on the fair value gap was rejected. The second one is also being rejected. Let's see if we can reach higher one more time. Yeah, it seems like ES does not have the strength to reach it once again. ES will probably go to the downside, to this sell side liquidity here. I would like to enter short, but I'm quite indecisive about my stop loss placement. Yeah. There we go. I probably should have entered here, but had only 2 minutes to decide. EQ is still heading lower as well. So this fair value gap how we're working it. Yeah, I'm quite indecisive because I don't know if this fair value gap here will hold in a second wave to the upside. My camera just decided to shut down again. Really have to investigate what's wrong with the camera. It's not a camera, it's the Canon software that's constantly bugging. I don't know why. Yeah. But here we are again. Yeah, as you can see, price is stubborn right now. I will probably not engage with this because I can't. We can't come higher once again before heading lower. And I would like to wait for it before do anything. Yeah, price stuck inside this bearish. It's not a bearish reveal gap, it's a bullish one. We have a bearish one here and next to a bullish one. I didn't enter the trade here or here because I would like to see a retest higher. Let's see if this prevailing gap can handle a second wave here of retest. Yeah, it seems so. Yeah, we are taking way too long here. Seems like time distortion for me. On the 5 minute, we try to form a bearish order block, but we will not manage to close below it. 20 seconds left, so I was afraid of something like this to happen. That's why I didn't open any short here. Yeah, it took some time, but it eventually happened. Let's see if we will violate this fair value gap here, the bearish one, or if we go to the downside. But right now, I'm not liking it, honestly. I really, I really don't like this kind of environment. So far, I've missed this entry here. I was expecting a retest a little bit higher, probably to 930 once again. The price didn't came that high, and this place with these three big candles here. That's the only thing that I think that I miss. Could have re-entered here as well, but I don't like to test these fair value gaps because there is no order block here, and the order block is here, and I would like to see price retest near the order block, not having just the fair value gap. Yeah, I don't feel bad for missing this one, honestly. We are also forming relative equal highs here, relative equal highs here. We have these ones as well. So this time distortion can be the first steps to take out these relative equal highs that were left behind. I'm not sure right now. And the rule of thumb is when you're not sure about what the market's gonna do, or when you're not sure about your stop placement, you better take the hands of your trigger. That's the best thing that you can do. Yeah, this really feels like time distortion here. And it will probably distort until 1150, which can be quite a lot. Well, seems like we will complete the move to the downside to sell side liquidity. But that's not the way I like to. That's not the way I like to see a move to the downside. Seems like we formed another order block here. And if we retrace to the order block, then we can have something like this. But honestly, the stop loss is way too big for me. 7 handles as a stop loss. I would have to have about six micros. And I don't have my defenses are not. What do I have as a defense here? I have this for value gap, this tiny one, and the order block, and nothing more. But yeah, this could be the ideally setup here. Yeah, but as you can see, that's why I didn't take it. Yeah. See, that's the type of environment that I hate, really. I don't like to enter short setups when you have relative equal lows right above you, relative equal highs right above you. Uh, I tend to discover that usually you have to wait for the Peugeot of them to first, and then you might enter a a short setup. And we are back to the range. See? Honestly, I didn't miss much. God damn it. I don't know what's happening with this camera right now. I really don't. But we are back. Yeah, it says the connection was lost, but it's not lost. I'm still here. Can't figure out what's going on. It will be my my homework for tomorrow, probably. So what time is it? 11:40. Yeah, at this point I will not engage with anything. I'm not trusting these markets right now, honestly. On a 5 minute, we we have an order block formed, the bearish one. We just retested it, and we're be able to price was not able to close above it. It retested the whole order block, but closed right at the low of it, and another candle formed just right now. 1 minute. But I don't like this, honestly. Yeah, very slow market today. As you can see, there's a 9:30 open. 9:30 open, so 9:30 open until now. We moved 0.62%. Well, that's not a lot for these type of candles that we were seeing right before 11 a.m. We moved 30 handles, right? 30 some, 30-ish, 36. But we were seeing candles of 8 to 10 candles. So I can't consider this much of a move. So here we have a BPR. It would be nice if we retest this BPR. It would give us another entry to the downside, BPR. We'll take this time distortion off. And we should reach sell side liquidity before 12, before shower, honestly, because as soon as we hit lunch hour, we have these relative equal highs here to take out. These relative equal highs here to take out. Maybe for PM session, we have these relative equal highs to take out. I don't know, honestly, but this type of price action where every down move is wicked, that's not what we that's not what we look when we want to short. Let's see if we can hit this BPR. So we are now working on that BPR. I will not engage right now. I mean, I will not engage at all. We'll end the stream soon. I've been talking here for 2 hours, so I will have to fix my camera issues as well. I don't know what's going on with this. I mean, it's not the camera, it's the software that's bugging here. But at this point, I'm outside of the kill zone. So New York AM gave us something like this, 9:30 to 11ish, 11ish. Yeah. Yeah. This was what New York AM kill zone gave us. Where is it? Here. So the action was actually outside the kill zone, and I usually don't trade outside the kill zone. So I'm not willing to bend my rules and to in order to profit from this. It's been 36 minutes, and the market moved from where I tried to enter 8 handles in 30 minutes. So I can't say I missed a lot today. I can say that the only thing that I missed was this entry here. This one I missed, and I know that, and I know that. This one right here to here, yeah. This was a move I missed. I was quite a bit indecisive about the stop loss placement. And honestly, I would like to see a deeper retrace here, and that's why I didn't enter here. 8 handle, an 8 handle stop loss. Yeah, it's not big, but it's considerable. So that's why I didn't enter here. And as expected, we touched the BPR and displaced lower, so our target will be hit soon. It should be before 12, before noon. So let's wait and see what happens. After it, I will probably end the stream. If we do not take this sell side before lunch hour, well, things get a little bit more complicated, because we have the sell side for the lunch hour and for NYPM, and then we have a lot of LTV equal highs here that we already marked. But I think that we will hit sell side liquidity in less than 10 minutes. Let's wait and see. I will probably end the stream after it. I don't want to be here as soon as lunch hour starts, because I tend to. I do not like, honestly, I do not like the lunch hour on ES. I used to trade the lunch hour on gold, and I can say it was an easy trading period to trade, but when you on gold, when you have clear relative equal highs that were left behind, you can in most of the times you can expect a purge of it in the lunch hour. So but that's not happening on ES lately. Yeah, and price not falling through to the downside here. Price back to the BPR. retesting it once again, and yeah, this price action was not inviting. Well, tomorrow I will probably, for tomorrow, since we are ending the stream, for tomorrow I will, I don't know, but we will probably see some harsh environment like we saw this morning, because we are still on pre-NFP on a pre-NFP environment. So I'm not expecting a big run for tomorrow. I'm expecting some seek and destroy environments as well. But I will be here streaming with you guys and the following days as well. I will not cover NFP. I will probably cover the. I will probably cover. No, let me think. No, I will cover uh, the post NFP, not the NFP, because NFP is not a thing that I like to trade. I like to see what happens next to NFP, but I don't like to trade NFP. It's too volatile. It's too manipulated. It's like a manual intervention, and I don't like to be in those in a position where I can see my stop loss getting uh, get, getting hit by some dude on the markets manipulating that the price. So that's not what I like to do on NFP days. I like to wait for it. I like to wait for it and to see what type of setups forms after it. But not never. I never position myself before the news event. Never. So, and in the meanwhile, it's 11:57, and we still didn't touch the sell side liquidity. And as you can see, that's why I didn't enter a sell order here. We displaced from nothing here to the upside, taking out these relative equal highs, and we will probably run um, to the next ones, because we still have some relative equal highs here. And there's always a reason behind the things that we do. So I didn't enter here on a short position because, first of all, I was not certain about my stop loss placement. Then I start to look for liquidity left behind, and there's liquidity here. There's also here. These highs are too clean for me as well. This is too suspicious as well. This is even more suspicious, and I was not certain about the shorts. The only thing that, and I will say it again, the only thing that I think that I missed is here. When price was here, I should have entered a stop, a short, but uh, had only to had only a couple of minutes to decide, and I was not liking the price action here. That's why I didn't enter there. So I think we are hitting lunch hour after this massive push to the upside. I don't know if Donald Trump said anything or something like that, because we have a 15 candle move. This is my phone saying that we are entering lunch hour, and it's probably to close the. It's more. It's probably better to close my computer, but I will just wait and see just a little bit more if I was correct about this. Yeah, let's place them to the upside. To frame a setup here, it's almost impossible. It's not impossible, but you have to stretch your stop loss a lot. Yeah, crazy move from this BPR. It really was. Let me just check here the 5 minutes. Well, the 15 is like trying to go through the order block, through the bearish order block, and I think it will it will happen. It will go through it. Will go through it, and will probably hit these relative equal highs here. Let's see if we have a retest from this value gap here. There's a fair value gap. There's a breaker here as well, as you can see here. Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't enter a sharp position here. honestly. Yeah, 5 minutes in, lunch hour, but I can see no follow through right now to this move, and we are still testing this red candle, which can be an order block. I honestly would like to see price coming down a little bit below it, retesting this for value gap. If not, then we expect this to be left open, and price uh, will be heading higher, but in a strange way, not in a low resistance liquidity. And a perfect scenario would be something like this: the displacement for value gap, and then we would run higher, just like this. But since we are in a pre-NFP event, it can do something like this. Then again, and then I'm not willing to participate in something like that. So I think it's time to say goodbye. Tomorrow I will be here, hopefully without these camera issues that I faced today. But I will be here tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. New York. Um, I will be expecting something like this for tomorrow as well, since we are ahead of the NFP, and I will not expect a major run or something like a big move, because the big moves will happen, honestly, will happen on Friday, and will probably happen on Friday. I don't know, because I don't know if you were here since the beginning of the stream or not. At the beginning of the stream, I said that the weekly objective was met already. The sell side here was met, so I don't think that we will move too much. The daily objectives are met already. And there we go again with the camera. God damn it. So honestly, we still have all these highs to be purged, and NFP can give us a chance to purge these highs, since the downside of the move is met for now. But we will have to wait and see until Friday. I will have to work on this camera issue, honestly. I don't know what's happening, but yeah, it's the Canon software that's bugging. I don't know why. It says the connection was lost, but everything is connected through cables, and I will just reboot it once again, one last time, and just let me reboot it once again, and there we go. I don't know. I really don't know what's happening with this camera software. Well, guys, it's time to say goodbye. I will not engage in any trades right now, and will not do it at an YPM session. Probably will not engage in trades tomorrow, but will be streaming tomorrow. So it's time to say goodbye and have a nice day. See you later.